There we go, and we're off. We're
What's
here, Dan.
happening?
What's going on, bro?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. Same old thing, different day. Trying to make it happen, trying to make things shake. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And then
sir.
of course we revolve in this sports world, man. You know what I mean? You got the Bears, you got football going, you got baseball coming to a close, right? The pennant races are on. You wouldn't know nothing about that being a White Sox fan, of course, right?
Right, right. For now,
Okay.
I'll take
Okay.
that. I'll take that little. I'll take
Yeah,
that for
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, y'all
yeah,
take that.
yeah. But it is what it is, man. I appreciate being here. You know what I mean? You let me come in and get some stuff off my chest when it comes to this Chicago Cubs baseball team that we have before us right now and everything that's going on, right? So, you
It's
know,
your show, bro. It's your
I
show. I
thought it
just,
would be appropriate. I thought it would be appropriate, Ray, to talk to you today, right?
yeah, huh?
Because there's so many things going on with this Cubs baseball team, and I know you pay attention to it, right? It's not your favorite team, of course. I know that, but you hate them with a passion, right?
I do.
And you still pay attention, and I know you got a couple of players on your fantasy team like Kyle Tucker,
I
right?
do.
So you kind of interested in what's going on with the Cubs in some way, shape, or form,
I
right?
do. Like I
A little
have
bit,
some shares. I have a lot of shares of Hap and Horner
yeah,
and
yeah,
Nico.
yeah.
Well, Nico Horner, but Tucker got okay. But I don't even want
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
to.
We're gonna get into it, right? We're
Yeah,
gonna get
yeah.
into it.
But I mean, you should be feeling pretty good after yesterday, right?
Yeah, we'll start on a good note, right? Let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the good things first. Let's accentuate the good, right? And that is they won the doubleheader yesterday, right? They got another game that's going to be starting in about an hour or so right now, against the Brewers again. Um, but yeah, they won the doubleheader yesterday. That's good. You're able to pick up two games. You're still 7 games back from the Brewers right now. That's bad. That's the other bad thing that you know, how can a team be so dominant for so long, right? Pre All Star break, and since the All Star break, what are they about a 500 team? And of course, the Brewers have gotten hot, right? So you take
Super
that
hot.
into consideration. You right,
I think they've
and
won. I think they've won 14 out of their last 17
yeah,
or something
and I
like that.
think they had won what 12 or 13
They
straight.
won 14 straight.
14 straight. Okay,
Yep.
so and that's not the first time that they've won double digits straight in the season. They've done it twice. So this is a team that really gets hot, and they can reel off a ton of victories. And that's fine, whatever. The Cubs are still, 17 games above 500. They're still one of the better teams in the league, we might say, right? And even though they're not playing that way right now, so it was a good win yesterday. They got Owen Casey into the lineup. He did some things, did some major damage that looked real nice.
He had
That
what?
bodes
He
well.
had a home run yesterday and a triple or a
Yeah,
double
and
or
a
triple.
couple of how many RBIs? I think it was four, maybe
Four
three, four.
RBIs. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was watching. I was watching the first game at work. I didn't see the second game.
yeah, yeah.
I was playing video games
No,
and
I mean, what game was you playing?
Ready or not with the guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah.
up. So
But
yeah,
I mean,
man. I mean, that's a good thing. What do you think about that win?
I think that like what I took away from is that like you guys got super lucky to find Matthew Boyd and develop him and bring him along. He's been a like revelation for you guys. Like he's been the most steady arm
Yeah,
outside of Tyon, but Tyon just came back too. So you were lucky that it was a perfect storm of Tyon coming back and Boyd pitching for y'all yesterday versus the Brewers. And and for me, like the Brewers, like, if I wasn't a White Sox fan, I would be a Brewers fan. Like I'm legit I really like the Brewers. I like what they do in the front office. I like what they do with player development, with scouting, with I mean just everything about the Brewers. I enjoy that team, and I have a real uh, like for Ike Collins, Caleb Durbin, you know, Sal Frelick, uh, Blake Perkins, Bryce Terrain. They just have like a bunch of 5'9" fucking dogs. They're not even over 6 foot, and they just go right.
bunch of them.
A bunch of them, right, and they just go. They just go, right. So, and for the Cubs to be struggling and still be able to win 2 games at home. It's just like, wow, I was shocked. And I started every Brewer I got in every fantasy team in every league. I I started them. I thought I was going to rack up hits. I thought I was whatever. And then, like the first game, Caleb Durbin, first at bat, hit a home run. I was like, oh, it's on. It's about to go up. And it was nothing.
About to go down.
It was nothing. And then you guys got some clutch hits from on KC. I think it was did Swanson get one for y'all yesterday? Oh no. PCA had a sack fly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more about y'all's pitching. It was shocking. Y'all's pitching was like fucking dominant.
Yeah, Matthew Boyd has been awesome. If without him in that lineup, in the rotation, you know what I mean? I don't know where we sit. I don't know where we are because, Shota was gone for so long, right? Mm-hmm. He was out. Cade is, he was pulled after 2 innings the other day, right? He's got a little bit of, we hoping he don't go to the IL. It's just a blister or whatever, but you never know how that turns out, right? So, they're talking about possibly going to the IL, maybe missing at least one start. Hopefully that doesn't be the case because Cade has been good too. Cade has been really good. He's a rookie, and he started off a little slow. His strikeout totals were down from what it was in AAA and stuff like that. But that's to be expected as he makes an adjustment to hitters, major league hitters. So
then y'all moved Ben Brown out the rotation, which was like, okay, I'll let you get to that. I'll let you.
Ben is it's hard watching Ben, man, because you look at him and it's like, okay, he's got the velocity, he's got a lot of things that works good for him, but for some reason, man, he'll go out there and he'll put up real bad numbers, and build, leaving things middle, man. You can't do that. You know what I mean? I don't care how hard you throw the ball. I don't care what you do. You cannot leave it middle with good hitters at the plate. You can't do it.
Justin said Ben Brown is terrible.
I mean, that's fine.
I wouldn't say the kid is terrible. He's just that
Justin, let us know what Owen Casey did yesterday.
He has to adjust to major league hitting. Like he can't. With the things he was getting away with in the minors, he can't get away up here. And a lot of pitchers go through that. He's not the only one.
Yeah.
And a lot of pitchers will continue to go through that.
But you gotta adjust quickly, man. We see we don't have a lot of time for him to make his slow adjustment. You gotta adjust quickly. You gotta maturate in this process quickly because they've dealt with so many injuries. Like you said, Tyon's just coming back. You had several guys that have been in and out of the lineup. When it comes to pitching. We haven't had one of our, probably our ace for the entire year. He's been out, right? So, you got guys coming and going. You got a good pitching staff if they're healthy, but when they're healthy is few and far between when it comes to the pitching. So
I mean,
that's the problem.
You came into the year thinking that you would have Shota. Shota won, right? Shota was your one.
Yeah, because Justin Steele's been gone the whole year.
Right, because Justin Steele is completely gone. So your 1-2 have not even, like, you got probably 30-45% of the season with just one of those guys.
Right.
Because this is not Shota's first injury. He was out like he played like the first month or so, and then he was out for a couple of weeks. I don't know. It's just like
a few weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So then it's like, these guys, you have attrition that was happening all the while you guys were still winning. And that's because you had the crazy Linsation run of PCA, right? it was Linsanity. Linsanity run. That's what I meant to say. Linsanity run, right? And then you had Swanson was hot beginning of the year, and he fizzled. You had Hap, who was hot, and then all of a sudden he don't even know what he's. I'll let you get to the. I'm not going to go crazy, but my thing is y'all had a perfect storm to begin the year, and y'all was just like going. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, like you said, it just.
So I'm looking at it, right? I look at the numbers, and we look at the numbers and things like that. There's a lot of analytics in baseball that's involved in baseball, and we have guys that tell us the numbers, and you know what I mean, so on and so forth, right? And you pay attention to the OPS, you pay attention to walk rate, strikeout rate. All of those things are very important in baseball, right? A lot of people don't pay attention to it. The average casual fan doesn't, right? But when you really start diving into those numbers, I can understand why PCA has fallen off a little bit, right? He swings, he's aggressive at the plate, bro. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have these moments where it goes horribly wrong for PCA. You know what I mean? Now, you hope that at some point in time he adjusts his approach and decision making at the plate, wait, try to get some walks, do you know what I mean? Make people pitch to him instead of swinging at everything. Now, he can get to things, and he's proved that, right? You don't hit 27 home runs without being able to, hit the ball. You know what I mean? Like, get to stuff. So he can hit the fastball, he can hit pitches. But the problem is that he swings way too much. And when you go cold, he goes completely cold. Same thing with, I put a tweet out yesterday where I was talking about Seti up there in Boston. It's the same player, bro. Like, they're really good defensively. They're fast. You know what I mean? They bring a lot to the table, but they swing and they're so aggressive at the plate. They're gonna not be able to eat at the plate far too often. Let's put it that way. They'll get hot and they'll produce as well, but you can't have these situations where you're going through this, this dull moment. And the problem with the Cubs that I've seen this year is that how does everybody on the freaking team go cold at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that perfect storm. You had Carson Kelly. Like, what the hell was he on? I mean, he was hitting bomb after bomb after bomb. You had Dansby Swanson hitting bombs. Nico was just doing what Nico does, just get on base and
Seiya was hitting bombs.
Who Seiya? Oh my God, Seiya. Then you had the guy you want to talk about the most, but I think we're gonna hold off just a little bit to talk about him, right? Yeah. And then you had the PCA run. You had Michael Bush. He was hot, cold, but he was Michael Bush. Right. It was like this so many things, and then Matt Shaw, he started off slow, got sent down. Now he's back and he's playing better. And he still has his same struggles, but he's at least slugging. That means that goes a long way if he slugs. So
it was just a matter of time with Matt Shaw, in my opinion. I think he has all the tools. He's got speed. He can pop. He's got pop in the bat. He's got a nice stroke. He's got a nice swing. It's not an ugly one. You know what I mean? He can do a lot. And defensively at third base, he's been outstanding, in my opinion. Right. Yeah. So, you look at the player and it's like, okay, I can, when you're playing defense as well as he was playing at third base, I can hold off on the bat. I can be patient with you at the plate, especially when everybody else was hitting so well. Right. And you got Dansby Swanson, who had at one point 18 home runs, batting 8th or 7th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was insane.
Who wouldn't want to have that, right? So you got a great. They had a great lineup at that point in time, but now we've gone into this situation where everybody has gotten cold. And how does that happen in baseball, Ray? Help me understand that, bro.
I've never seen a 1 through 6 slump. What I mean by 1 through 6 is from the leadoff man to the number 6 guy in a lineup. They all slumped at the same and been slumping at the same time. I'm talking Hap. He's been in a slump. I don't know what's wrong with him. Seiya, he was on fire. Then all of a sudden, nothing.
Seiya was almost batting 300 at one point in this season.
Exactly, right? PCA, insane, right?
Yeah, he was up there at 290.
Yep, Swanson. Who was the? I'm missing somebody. Michael Bush.
Tucker was batting
Michael Bush and Tucker, right? Yeah. So those guys all cold at the same time, So it's like I don't know how that happens. I don't know what's going on in the clubhouse, or to the fact that there are players who have conversations with media people. I've heard them say things of like, we know what we're supposed to be doing. We know what's going on. We just got to figure it out. We just got to fight through it. The same old rigmarole, but it's not producing anything on the field. Even though y'all won yesterday, what y'all score a total of what? 5 runs?
I think we had it was 6-4.
No, it was 6-4 the first game, and then what? 2-1 or 3-1?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So it was like y'all didn't score a lot of runs. It wasn't like y'all was doing a lot of damage to the baseball. But I don't know, man. It has to start somewhere with that manager. Craig Counsell was brought in on big money to be the manager to take you guys to the next level, and they gave him the weapons. I guess he's supposed to take it and run with it, and it just hasn't happened.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know what his. In my opinion, I believe the leadoff man should be somewhere else. I like Bush, and he's done well at leadoff at times, and so has Hap. Hap's done pretty well at leadoff in times, but I like players to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought that. Now you got a lot of managers that they're constantly tweaking this and tweaking that. Now, yeah, move somebody down if they're not batting well. You know what I mean? Like out in Oakland, what's his name was struggling.
Lawrence Butler, he's hitting
Butler.
He's hitting 6 or 7 in the lineup now.
Yeah,
and now he's started to come back alive.
Yeah, and when he comes back alive, you can raise him back up a little bit. But my thing is, you don't put Bush at one week and then 7 and then 6 and then 8 and then back to 1 and then 2 and then you know what I mean? To me, it's just let these guys kind of get comfortable. Let them understand who's batting in front of them, who's batting behind them every single day. To me, that just builds a little bit of continuity. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong, but just my opinion. I've always like don't move them too much in the lineup. Don't jockey the thing around too much. That's just my opinion.
Analytics has changed lineup structuring in such a way to where the majority of managers like to have that. It was really Schwarber who changed the game, like the way the Phillies deploy Schwarber, right? Yeah. You got Schwarber leading off. He's a threat to do damage every time he's up there, or he's going to walk, right? Mm-hmm. So then all the other guys are like, okay, well, we got guys that could do damage and or walk, or they could just get a hit and get on. High on base percentage guys and guys that slug. So they'll put them at 1. Craig Counsell's no exception. That's the Michael Bush thing. Bush, he walks at a nice clip.
Yeah.
He does hit the ball super, super hard. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times he'll, hit a bomb or whatever. The same thing. That was supposed to be Hap, though, to be honest. Hap was supposed to continue to do what he did last year. Mm-hmm. And he's been struggling. Like he's hitting I don't even think he's hitting 240.
Yeah, I think he's like 232 or something like that.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
what I'm saying. Like it's insane. Like he's been really, really bad. And he's king at a career high.
Yeah.
Like career high strikeout rate. So like I think a lot of people do that. So then they want that guy at 1, and then they want their best hitter at 2, right? And then they want their RBI machine at 3. And then they go and they flip it. They try to flip it again in the middle, 4, 5, 6, and then they try to flip it again. But then they go 7, 8, 9, and the 9 guy is another number 1 type guy. They want to try to do that, and that's the analytical thing that's taking over baseball, to where you want to put the most at bats in the right spots throughout the rest of the game. Yeah. So I get it. But like you said, you want
your best hitter getting the most at bats. That 2 spot, that's why it's so valuable. That 2 spot, you got guys hitting in that 2 spot that you want them to get 5 at bats every game.
That's I think that's a good segue for the conversation you really want to have.
Mm-hmm. About Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker should be batting second. He was batting second the whole first half, right? Either second or third the whole first half.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me, bro.
I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words with what they're doing with Kyle Tucker at this point in time. I'm confused by it, right? And number one, the reason I'm confused is because he's going to garner probably what somebody wants to pay him $400 million. They probably will. Somebody will.
They'll pay him. People say he's not going to get his money. He's losing out. He's going to get his money.
He's going to get money. He's too good of a player, and he's still only 28 years old, right? 28, 29. So he's still in the prime of his career, you might say. You just having a slump, and he produced outstanding in the first half of baseball, right? In the first half of the season.
Yeah, I brought it up the other day. I did from the beginning of the season to July 15th. He was batting 289. He was slugging like 568. He had 18 bombs. Some correct. Those are his numbers till July 15th, and then after that,
down. So that's my question. that's my frustration. And I don't understand what Counsell's doing. And I've liked Counsell and what he's been doing with the Cubs, but to me as a manager, right? A manager in baseball, in my opinion, you fill out the cards, blah blah blah, this and the third. There's not that many opportunities for you to really impact the game or rile guys up. You know what I mean? It's different from football or basketball or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that motivation and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So you
baseball's a
have to
little different.
find ways as a manager to reach your players. Madden was good at that. You know what I mean? He was good at finding ways to have guys come together, to get guys on board. You know what I mean? I don't know if Counsell is able to do that because it seems like I said, everybody is slumping. That doesn't happen in baseball often, bro. You know what I mean? You can deal with one or two players slumping at a time, but for the entire squad to be just floundering right now at the plate, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then as an organization, I'm wondering what are the Cubs doing? I'm just being honest. I love the Cubs, right? I love the organization, but I got major questions right now, bro. Because how do you bring Kyle Tucker in and then you bench him and now he's not playing and you're saying you're going to give him multiple days off possibly and he needs a mental reset. Bro, we're in a pennant race. And even if not in the pennant, we can still make the playoffs and be in as a wild card team. So I'm riding with my best player. I don't care if he's batting 0.52. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what he's batting at that point.
He said he needs to think better thoughts.
So that leads me to my next thing, right? Is it him? Now I have questions. Now I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to give him $400 million when you're talking like that.
Is it him saying that though?
That's what I'm wondering. I haven't heard it from his mouth.
Nope, nobody's talked to Kyle Tucker. Supposedly Kyle Tucker hasn't said a word.
So you got rumors running rampant that he needs a mental reset. He needs to have better thoughts. Now, I did see a quote from him yesterday when they asked about, okay, Owen Casey's going into lineup, you're going to have time off. And he said, well, we'll see how it works out. Now, to me, I'm just being honest. When I heard that quote, I didn't get the full scope of the whole conversation, but that was the one quote that I got. And when I heard that quote, I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound like he's happy. That doesn't sound like he's happy about being out of the lineup to me.
I've never seen Kyle Tucker not run a baseball out. I've had Kyle Tucker, just been watching Kyle Tucker for the last 3 years, just paying attention to the player that he is. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen it. I don't care up, down, bad, good, indifferent, hasn't had a hit in 15 games. He always runs it out. I've never seen him do what he did the other day. And then the indifference on his face, I don't know if is he, like you said, is he happy? Who knows? You said it when you spoke to him, when you saw the quote or you saw the conversation, I don't know, man. It's a lot. And I never seen Kyle Tucker not be able to square a baseball up ever. He's all, at least whenever he was slumping, it was hit hard and it was hit to somebody. It just wasn't going over the fence and it wasn't finding gaps. You know what I'm saying? So that's a difference with him. Now it's just he's just, the ball's hitting into the dirt. I think he's at a career high ground ball, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're looking at it and I'm looking at it. So you look at all those numbers, right? What you're saying, you're talking about barreling the ball up, squaring the ball up, and things like that. His strikeout and his walk rate is about the same. It's not like he's up there and he's whiffing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's swinging at terrible pitches either, right? It's to the point where he's just not squaring the ball up. He's not getting barrel on the ball, right? And I don't know why that happens. I don't know what has happened. He's changed some things. Like he's been a guy that never takes batting practice on the field because he doesn't like doing it, because he says a lot of guys will get into the rhythm of just swinging to hit home run during batting practice on the field. So he doesn't take batting practice on the field. The last couple of games before he left, he started taking batting practice on the field. Mm-hmm. That's something he hadn't done in years. evidently.
Yeah, I mean
So
he's trying to change his shoes during the game. He's changed his belt during the game. He changed the T-shirt during the game. Like he's doing a lot of things. I don't know if it's Tucker though. I think a good question is that question comes in and says, at what point do you hold Jed accountable and his feet to the fire?
that's a good question, right? That's a good question. It also says also to Ricketts giving him an extension. It's a good question. I think Jed made good decisions, right? But I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna say something that I've been thinking of for quite some time now that a lot of people weren't thinking of. Now, Ray, you and I had a discussion before, right? We talked about this at the trade deadline. The Cubs went and they got an arm that immediately was broken.
Yes.
As soon as he pitched, his first pitch, his first game as a Cub, he was pulled out of the game and hadn't been back on the field since. I don't think that was a good. Soroka was not. I'm not a fan of it. Right. Of that move. The other move was Willie Castro. Right. It's a lateral move, in my opinion. It's nothing to put you over the top. It's nothing to say, okay, we believe in this team that we have on the field. We're bringing somebody in. You look at other teams like the Yankees and all these other teams that go and they get people at the trade deadline. The Mariners, when they went and they got Eugenio Suarez, you go get these guys.
And Josh Naylor.
You go get these guys, and that speaks volumes to the locker room, right? To me, that speaks to the locker room and says, we believe that we got what we can win it this year. When you go get Willie Castro and you go get Soroka, that's saying, hey, man, maybe we can keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? But it's not saying we believe in y'all. We think we're going to win something right now. We're going to get it done.
It seems like let's just keep the good times rolling and this revenue coming in.
Let's hope we catch fire. Let's hope we keep the fire going, right? We can make believe that we fool some fans into believing that, hey, Willie Castro is going to put us. Come on, bro. I told people when Willie Castro came, people was like, Willie Castro is going to be the third baseman. I didn't think so. I think he is a utility guy. I think while he brings some value, but he's stepping into the role what Justin Turner could not do for the Cubs.
Yeah.
And that's be a utility guy that can play second base, play shortstop if you need him to, can play third base if
I've always liked Willie Castro in Minnesota.
And that's good. It's a good player to have. You need that utility guy, especially when you're going down the stretch and somebody could get injured or whatever the case, right?
Yeah.
So to me, if you bring in somebody else, if they went and they got a legit arm, if they went and they got, Cabrera from Miami. You know what I'm saying?
They should have been more aggressive for him and Sandy.
Yeah. If you go get one of those guys to the locker room, those guys in the locker room, the PCAs, the Kyle Tuckers, the Seiya Suzuki, all those guys are looking like, okay, they think we about to win something. So let's, you know what I mean? It lights a fire, bro. Willie Castro don't light that fire for nobody, bro.
He don't light that fire.
I'm just being honest. He don't. No. You know what I mean? And nothing against my man's because I like Willie Castro and I like what he brings to the table, but he's not getting it done. And Soroka definitely ain't getting it done. You feel me?
So the Cubs had an opportunity at the deadline to make a splash. And what you're telling me, and this is what I'm hearing, is that what they did had a nullified impact to your team. It was null. It was even kill. Nothing changes. It's status quo. There's no fire. There is no rah-rah.
Nothing. If you go and you get a legit arm, or if you get Eugenio Suarez, or if you get Josh Naylor, like all these other teams did, that lights something on the team. It
definitely is something on the Seattle Mariners.
It lets the team know that, hey, we believe in the players that we have, and we're gonna give you what you need to get over this hump.
I mean,
when you bring Willie Castro in, the players are sitting in the locker room like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, to your point, it's helped Seattle. It's helped San Diego. San Diego sent every damn prospect they had out because they want to win, and it's paid off because they either a game up or 2 games up on the Dodgers now. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing their thing. the logic of what you're saying is perfectly is right there. They didn't do that. The Cubs didn't do that. Jed didn't do. Jed, I don't know if he. Gonzo was saying that he might have misjudged where the team was, right? And
Oh, I don't think he did. I think what it was is that they looked at the analytics and things like that, like PCA. The numbers say that PCA is going to fall off at some point in time. I'm just being honest. I love PCA. I love his game. I love what he does, and I think he'll continue to make strides and get better as his career goes on. He's only 23 years old, right? So he'll become more plate disciplined. He'll do some of those things and get better. But right now, the numbers and how aggressive he is at the plate lets you know that he's gonna slump at some point. Some point in time is coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So, I can deal with those things, but I'm telling you, it does not. Jed. I don't think he misread the team. I think he read the team for what it was, and that was, hey, we were hot. We were extremely hot. This team is overproducing where they should be right now, I believe. And it's a nice ride while we have it. Let's act like we're going to do something. We can get Willie Castro. It's not going to hurt us too much. We're not going to have to give up too much. We'll bring in this other pitcher. We're still not going to give up too much. We'll be okay. We have to give up Owen Casey. That's our fallback plan if Kyle Tucker walks out the door. You know what I'm saying? That was his mentality. And I believe in baseball, these windows close so quickly.
They do.
That if you don't take it full advantage of that window right then and there,
you'll find yourself in a rebuild.
Quick.
Yep.
And I think that's what it was.
I know all about it. I'm a White Sox fan. Like, we had a window. That motherfucker shut quick. It did, because the guys just didn't. The managers wasn't right. The players that they brought in didn't mesh. It was just a mess. And then a couple players were just flat out lazy.
Yeah.
And you misjudge those guys. I don't think that's what's going on with Kyle Tucker, though. I don't think he's a lazy guy.
No.
I don't think
he is either. I think he's distracted or he's just down. He's
some Cubs fans says he just doesn't care anymore. And I don't think that's the case either.
Well, I feel bad for him because I believe in Kyle Tucker. I think he's a good player. But it doesn't look good right now. And then, like I said, you got the home fans are booing. The boo birds come out on him. Like the last couple of games, man, they were out bad.
I think he's 0 for, I'll tell you right now, he's 0 for like something. Hold on. I'll tell you right fucking now what he is. He's all right. So he's all right. Wait. All right. So he's 0 for 7 the last 2 games he played. He was 2 for 4 against Pittsburgh on August 16th. And before that, he was 3 for he was 3 for 31.
Oof.
He was 3 for 31 before that. So that's bad. 3 for 30. And that's the last 10 games.
That's bad.
So in the last 10 games, he's 5 for. I'm doing quick math in my mind. He's 5 for 49.
Yeah. And baseball, man, you're gonna fail more so than you succeed in baseball. That's why there's nobody that bats 500. You know what I'm saying? You're not batting 50%. You're not batting above that. So,
I mean,
he knows that, man. He knows that.
You guys, to Gonzo's point, he just made a comment. Y'all do have some good young guys. I mean, Alcantara is still in the minors.
Mm-hmm.
You already brought Owen Casey up. You already got PCA up.
Yeah.
You already got PCA up. You already got Matt Shaw up. You got to be patient. Now, y'all's window is there. I don't know if you're gonna keep that window open with the young guys predominantly being the producers, because Sayers should still be doing what he's doing. Where the hell is Hap? Right? Dansby, is he? What year contract is he? How many year contract was he on?
Dansby still got a couple years left. Yeah,
oh
he's
my
only
God.
yeah.
So Dansby's on a long contract, so he's gonna be here for a little bit. So your window is here now, especially with bringing the young guys up. You're not going to get rid of them. So, I mean, are you guys going to pay Kyle Tucker? I don't know.
That's the biggest question right now, man. I don't know with the way it's going right now, to do a mental reset at this point in time
against your rivals.
I don't number one, I don't like if it comes from Kyle Tucker, I don't like that mentality. Mm-hmm. And that'll be the first time I've ever seen that from him. But I don't like that mentality. That's a quitter's mentality. I don't like it. I'm just being honest, right? Mm-hmm. If it's coming from Craig Council and management or the organization saying, hey, let's sit him down for a week or two, you should have did it before. Don't do it at this point in time. At this point in time, I'm riding with my guns blazing. And if we don't make it, we don't make it.
So do you think that the Kyle Tucker sitting down came from up top or from council?
I think it came from council, probably. I think it came from council. That's just my opinion on it. I don't see Kyle Tucker being the guy that begs off. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think he's too good. He's too accomplished. He's he's won a World Series. Like I just don't see that being like, hey, going to him, hey, I need a mental reset. Sit me for a couple of games. I just don't see that. Now, if that's the case, I don't like that mentality, bro. I really don't.
So, that there are reports out of Chicago that he's hurt. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
Like he's been hurt, like for a month.
Yeah. And I don't know what he would have hurt. I know he was hit by a pitch at one point.
So supposedly it's something with his fingers.
Okay. Well, I don't know how real that is or whatever, but if that is the case, like I said, the Cubs should have done something a long time ago. And if they didn't, that would also speak to
another listener said a finger.
A finger. It might be true. And if that's the case, if that's legitimately the case, it might speak to why he might be not in a
squaring
good mood.
The ball up or in a good mood or whatever. And it might be to the point where he's told him, look, my fucking finger hurts.
Yeah.
I'm not being able to do whatever. And they're just like, we need you. And they're just and maybe.
And maybe he did go and say, hey, I'm sitting out.
I mean, maybe not I'm sitting out. Maybe like a month ago, he said, hey, my finger hurt. They're like, oh, come on, man, battle through it. And he's like, okay. And then eventually it's like, can I get a day off or two? And they're like, no, we in the middle of a pennant race. We need you. You're our best guy. And he's just like, yo, my fucking finger hurts. Like, imagine you hurting and your coach is like, no, you playing football. You can't get off your fucking, you can't get your get off on. You can't get up underneath the guy. You can't win your one-on-one battle, but you're their best player. You play football, Dan. If you can't win that one-on-one battle, you're gonna hurt the team.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do, right? And in any sport, right? If you're hindering the team in some way, shape, or form, you would remove yourself. But most guys, especially at the level that he's at, the competitive nature that he has, probably, right? He doesn't want to come off the field, just like any other superstar doesn't want to come off the field. I get that.
I mean, Judge.
But if you are injured, you got to remove yourself from the game, right? And it's a possibility, and that may be something that's souring why his attitude has changed, because you see, it's a difference in. I mean, he'll strike out, bro. He's throwing stuff. He's in the. And I said it a couple weeks ago, like on Twitter. I'm like, I don't like how the players are reacting. Everybody is reacting in this, like, having meltdowns. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can't have meltdowns.
I saw that the other day. Somebody else said the same thing. They put a compilation on the timeline of all the meltdowns in the last couple of weeks of the guys. The guys are melting down after at bats, like
after at bats, or Ian Happ, PCA, Kyle Tucker. I could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Guys having meltdowns and having these temper tantrums. But here's my thing. and a lot of people, like Gonzo said, he wanted to mention Jed and Ricketts and so on and so forth. I'm looking more at Counsell, bro, because you're hands on. You're with these guys every single day. You should be able to gauge where your players are mentally. You know what I'm saying? And if something's becoming overwhelming, or they're overwhelmingly, being frustrated at the plate and things like that, you can't go out there and play your best ball when you're frustrated like that. So I think it's more on him, Counsell, to kind of figure some things out. And I know before the trade deadline happened, Counsell did an interview, and he said, we don't have a utility guy. Basically, that's basically what he said. We don't have a utility guy. We don't have guys that can go in and play at these positions. Justin Turner has not been sure. He hit that home run and won the game that one day. That's pretty much his only.
Yeah, that one day.
Yeah, that one day, right? So, you know what I mean. And it's no fault of his. He's just old, man. You know what I mean. He's just older now.
41,
yeah,
I think. Yeah,
40, 41. Yeah. So you can't to be this major producer. But he's there, and he's done his job. But that's what I mean. That's why Willie Castro, when they got Willie Castro, they were setting everybody up for that pickup, because they knew they weren't going to go after no big fish. They knew they weren't going to go after a major arm, which is what they should have been doing, but they didn't. And the guys that were available, like Sandy, he's 29, bro. Why would you not go after Sandy? He's 29. Even if it doesn't work out, he's still better than the guy that you brought in. That's number one. And number two, if he does catch fire and get reinvigorated with the Cubs, he's 29 years old, and you still got years of control on it. So why would you not make that deal? I don't understand it.
So another Cubs fan just said that PCA, you can literally roll the ball to the plate and he'll swing at it, especially when he has 2 strikes at him. I mean, that's his profile, though. That was his whole thing. I was telling people before, like, he lives in a world where he has to make contact, and that contact has to be followed up with like a fly ball, because he hits the ball hard. And if he hits it in the air, it's generally going to go out. And that's what he was doing during that insanity streak he was on, that insane streak where he was hitting bomb after bomb to bomb. He was squaring it up, and he was getting it up and out of here, right? And once he couldn't do that, no. It just and then once he got frustrated, then all of his bad habits start coming back up, and he's swinging at, everything, trying to do the same thing, reproduce the same success he was having, and he's swinging out of his shoes. And now he's, I don't know. When was the last time you saw a good bunt for the Cubs? Because some people are saying, your guy G here is saying that he sits on his butt and waits for the 3-run homer.
I agree with G. I agree with him. The Cubs have a lot of, not even 3-run homers. They have a lot of just home runs, one run, and that's it, with nobody on base. With runners in scoring position, they've been horrible for the last month.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
really
can't
bad. I mean, I think I was watching the game. I had to turn it off because they had runners in scoring position. They were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position that game, and I just turned the TV off. I was like, I'm done. I can't watch.
0 for 9.
0 for 9. They were 0 for 9 at that point in the game, and I think it was in the 7th inning. They just had guys on base, and they couldn't get them over. And I was just like, forget it. I'm done. I can't do it.
So this leads to your last point that you wanted to speak on. The last 4.5 weeks, like, you have a schedule that, to me, let me just kind of give you the rest of your, because you got another game. Against the Brewers tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we got a game tonight.
Right.
I guess it's starting in about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, you got the game tonight. Wait, go back. The game tonight, and then you have a game against them tomorrow at 1:20, And so then you guys are in you're in LA, or y'all got a West Coast trip.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all got a West Coast trip coming up. So the Angels, the Giants, the Rockies, I hope y'all can get healthy there. And then you're back home against the Braves, the Nationals, and then you go to Atlanta, and then you're back home against the Rays, and then at Pittsburgh, at Cincy for a 4-game set, at home against the Mets, and you end the year at home against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a bad schedule.
It's not a bad schedule when you're not in a slump, though. The problem is that we go up against the Pirates and we dropped the first game of the series against them a week ago. You know what I'm saying? So when and I'm not saying the Pirates are terrible or anything like that. They're playing better now, but that's a team that you're supposed to beat. You're 70. You made it to 70 wins on the season. You're supposed to be beating the Pirates at this point in the season. You're supposed to be beating them down. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. I don't like sugarcoating it, bro. Like beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Play the tougher teams that like you're supposed to. Be in competitive ball games with them, and let your pitchers like Boyd. You're wasting starts, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's had games where he's pitched well pretty much the entire season, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he's had games where he's well into the 6th, and you guys haven't given him one run.
That's what I'm saying. No run support. None. So you gotta come up. They have a favorable schedule, but is it too late to get this thing turned around? Now, 2 wins yesterday puts you on the right track, and maybe that instills some confidence.
According to G, 2 games against the Brewers next. Win both. You're only 5 games out.
That's crazy to say only 5 games out. It's sick. That's sick to me.
He's a Cubs fan.
No. It's sick to me. It's sick to me because of where we were at the beginning, right?
Oh, right,
where we were, and now we're saying win 2 more games against the Brewers, and we'll only be 5 games out. To me, that's just.
Well, here's the thing, and I want to tell G this, right? G, the Brewers are built to score. Did you see that game against the Reds when they were down 8-0, and they came back and won 13-9? Like, that's what they do. They didn't do it yesterday. They didn't do it the day before, but they have the ability to do it. There was another game where they were down like 7-1. I want to say it was in it might have been not Colorado. It was in was it San Diego? It was a good team they was playing, and they came back and they won like 8-7.
And their bullpen has been really good.
And they have one of the best bullpens, and they have guys that just do jobs. Nobody cares about being the one that hits the big homer. No, who's the guy that's going to hit the ball to the fucking first baseman when necessary to move guys from first and second to second and third, right? Who's that guy? Who's the guy that's going to just do the little things to win baseball games? They have like I said before, they got a bunch of 5'9" dogs, little dogs that just do things all the time. Pat Murphy has them playing great baseball. I like them because they play the game of baseball the way I want to see a team play the game of baseball. So that's why they success. And I don't think they've peaked too soon. I just think that they just right now, I don't know if they peaked too soon because they're still going. They lost 2 games to y'all, but if they win tonight, they're right back on track. If they win tomorrow, they're right back on track. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the Brewers are going to be hard to knock down. They're just.
Yeah, they're going to be hard. They're going to be hard to get out of. I don't think we're going to be able to chase them down. You know what I mean? 5 games back. Even if we're 5 games back after the next 2. It's just that's an uphill battle, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
I think that Tito, like Gonzo said, Francona is working wonders, right? Mm-hmm. I think that Tito got the Reds finally figuring out how he wants them to play too. The Reds are moving. They're not sitting still.
They are.
You gotta watch your 6. Why are you trying to chase the 1? For real. So I mean, so right now your division, You're 7 games back, and Cincinnati is 12 and a half games back, which in turn they're only 4.5 games back from you.
I mean, it's just crazy, bro. Like a month and a half ago, we were
5.5,
6 games up. We were 6 games up over the Brewers at one point.
Wait, when?
Right?
When?
What was
You
it?
said
About a month and a half ago?
Before the All-Star break.
Yeah. It was about 6. I think it was like 5.5, 6 games up on him at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't too far before the All-Star break. It was, this trend started going down right before the All-Star break. But it's just continued. It's been abysmal since, really.
Yeah, y'all are 5-5 in your last 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we treading water. The Cubs have been treading water, but the Brewers are so insanely hot that they've just surpassed us, right?
Mm-hmm. They are.
I mean, there were 9 games before we won these last 2 games. Think about that. There was 9 games up on us, and we had to lead. We had been leading that division the entire year.
Right.
So,
they got
insanely hot, man. And I don't see how you cool them off, because this is like I said, this team. This ain't the first. They've had 2 10+ winning streaks this year. That's a team that gets insanely hot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they just reel off big victories.
I mean, getting Boyd back has been a big help. I don't know who's the closer
for the Brewers.
No, for the Cubs.
I mean, Palencia has been doing it. I mean, it's been we don't know.
You don't know. It's not Pomeranz though, right?
No, it's not Pomeranz. Palencia is probably my choice for it, but they don't. He hasn't been given the keys to the closer position completely yet.
No, he hasn't. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you said, you want guys to get comfortable. Mm-hmm. I'm just bringing this back to what you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Who, if it's a 3-2 game in the 7th, where's Craig Counsell going?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It could be several different guys, man. That's the way he's played it pretty much the entire year. We haven't had a legit closer or a setup guy. We've had guys doing double duty on both of those things, pretty much.
The teams that are successful have a formula of success.
Yeah.
Does Craig Counsell have one for the Chicago Cubs? What I keep hearing you say is that to you, his formula is not it.
No, his formula is a mosh pit right now. It's not. There's no rhyme or reason. Like I said, I mean, you've been trying things and tweaking the lineup, and not just the lineup, but even the bullpen. You know what I mean? We've had no consistency. Nobody who just knows their roles and they're going out there to do their role and do their job. Right? You're thrust into different situations all the time.
So I mean, you do have Kittredge. Y'all did go out and get the lesser of the better Rogers brothers, right? He's the left. No, he's the lefty.
Yeah,
the lefty Rogers brother. Ryan Brazier, Pomeranz. Is Porter Hodge up? Is he?
No, he's down right now.
He's down. Yeah. Little looked good the other day.
Little got sent down. Little was just sitting down. Yeah, Little was sent down.
No, like he pitched yesterday. He pitched well.
I think he just got sent down. What was it? I seen something where he got sent down. He got sent back down, I believe.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Let me see. Let me make sure that's the case.
I don't know what to say then. Like who did they? I mean, y'all got Kittredge from the Cardinals. Y'all did get him. Brad Keller used to be a starter. Now he comes out the bullpen for you guys. Oh wait, did they send Assad down too? Didn't they?
Well, Assad, I saw him. He was at Wrigley today. So I think I
thought I saw something yesterday or this morning or something that Assad.
Did he come up and go right back down?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I saw Assad get sent down. Like
really?
Yeah, for real. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Yeah, Luke Little was optioned. He was optioned yesterday.
That's bro. He pitched. He came in and shut down the Brewers like on a little fucking. The Brewers were having a. They had a couple guys on base. He came in, struck out the lefty, and then he pitched the next inning. Because I was watching because either Durbin or Collins was finna hit, and I like to watch them at bats.
Here it is. Cubs 2 days ago called up Luke Little, optioned Assad. Right? Today or yesterday, Luke Little optioned. Luke Little was sent back down to AAA. And then I seen something today where Assad was at Wrigley today, so I think he was called back up. I don't know. I gotta check into that.
That's insane, bro.
This is what we have, bro. That's my frustration.
Oh, it's probably. Okay, so according to this one, Assad was optioned on 8/18, and he must spend at least 15 days there unless being recalled to replace a player on the injury list. So that must mean he's going to replace Cade Horton.
Yeah, Cade is probably going down. Yeah, and that's what I didn't want to happen.
That's.
But I kind of figured he was going to miss his next start because his next start is this weekend. Because he pitched on Monday, so he had 2 starts this week. So his next start was going to be what, Sunday or Saturday?
Yeah.
Because the Cubs they're in this situation where, I tweeted it the other day where in 15 days, I think it was like 16 or 17 games. So, you're in a situation where you got to have all hands on deck, and, unfortunately he's going back down. So, you
guys
just a blister. It should be all right though.
You are in a pennant race though, Dan. Don't diminish that fact. You can't say, oh yeah, we can still make the playoffs, whatever. No, you guys are in a pennant race.
Yeah, we are. I'm just not real confident at this point in time about the pennant. I'm just not. It's just when you got your best guy and he's just not playing, and you're not telling me it's for an injury reason. It needs to be an injury, man. Like we were talking about before, it does something to the morale of everybody in that locker room. I'm just being honest. I really do believe that the morale was messed with when you didn't pull anybody in here at the trade deadline. The morale is messed with this Kyle Tucker thing. I'm just being for real. That's my thought process on it. And I could be wrong. I could be off base, but I just believe that.
And Hap is up at the plate right now.
Yeah.
I think that him being terrible this year was a shocker to everybody.
That's a big problem. Seiya has been good. Seiya was good for a long time, man. Seiya was really, I think he was a snub in the All-Star game, by the fact.
And he just struck out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, so Hap just struck out.
Of course. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they can turn it around, man, and try to get some things going.
Well, they got the Miz is going, so that's what he does. He K's people. So Mizorowski.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But Dan, I'm glad you have your space. I'll make sure you get some access. So when you want to go live, you can go live and do your thing. This is your show. This is Let's Play 2. I don't think we introduced it, but this is Let's Play 2. It's a Cubs podcast featuring Dan Goodwin and whoever he wants to bring on here and talk Cubs. He has free reign here on the Juke Joint.
We're going to be back next week doing it, man. We're going to be back next week doing it. We're going to have maybe a Cub fan or two on. Reach out to some people, have them on and give their takes on things. And of course, we know that you guys are heavily involved with the White Sox and things like that.
Yes, we are.
All I know is that the Cubs are much better than the White Sox right now. We will continue to be better for a long period of time as well.
What about a long period of time?
So, we just got to speak truth here, Ray.
I
have an obligation to the truth, Ray. The White Sox are terrible.
They are better than what they were last year, which is not a hard thing to do because they were the worst team in history. But they beat their worst team in history score before the All-Star break, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And then we have a really good farm, and the guys that are up right now are playing well. So we have some young guys who are playing well, getting that experience. They're learning, and the manager seems to be not a fucking lump. Like Will Venable is a dude, and the White Sox farm is really good, and it's going to continue to get better, especially if they keep with the plan and bring up one of those guys next year to see if we can get that additional first round pick in 2027, and we bring in. It's just the White Sox are in the situation where the Cubs were before they won the World Series in 16, to where a new mindset is in. It seems to be going in that right direction. A new manager is in. Y'all went out, got mad, and I'm not saying Will Venable is mad. Please, White Sox fans, don't try to take that, whatever. I'm just saying Will Venable seems to be a really good manager. So the Cubs are right now, yes, they are better. They won 70 games, 71 games, or 72 games. Okay, so great, wonderful. North side, good on y'all. Right? But the South side, we still here. We ain't going nowhere. Right? Chicago is just Chicago.
Chicago, man. Man, I just want to say that
just flew out. God damn.
Who's that?
Sale just flew out.
Well, I'm gonna cut it on as soon as we get off of this thing, man. I just want to take a brief minute, man, to let you know that I appreciate you, Ray. I appreciate what you're doing with your network here. This has been a work in progress. You know what I mean? And we getting there. We getting to the point. We getting to where we can do some things and have this thing going every single week. That's my goal. I want to interchange and have an interchange of conversation with some of the people that are White Sox fans, because I believe I like the friendly banter that we have sometimes, right? Sure. So I give you guys a hard time, man, but I do recognize real. And I know the White Sox have some legit talent in their minor league system, in their farm system. Braden Montgomery is tough. I like him. I like Hagen Smith. I like Noah. I like some of the guys that you guys have. And I'm glad that you guys gave Cosa Montgomery the call up. And I thought he should have been called up before.
A month before.
Yeah, a month before. Yeah. But I'm glad he got called up, and I'm glad he's doing pretty decent. We'll see where you guys go, man. It's going to be nice. It'll be nice to really have a competitive team so that when we do have that cross-town matchup, you know what I mean?
It's a good game.
It's a good game, or you can have even more friendly banter and things like that. So,
I can't wait for next year when wait for next year when we're better. But 2027, when we actually make that, when we finally get our $100 million guy, it's going to be great.
You think that's going to happen?
It's going to happen.
$100 million.
It's going to happen. We're going to bring in $100 million man.
I think y'all might go to like 92.
98.2. He signed a 98.2 contract, the highest in the White Sox history. Insane.
What's the highest right now? 85, right?
No. 5-year 85 was Benintendi. Yeah. So.
We'll see how it goes.
But I love you, man. You my boy. There's plenty much love coming from my end, and I'm glad to see you back and you're actually talking baseball. I know you got football. I know the Three Kings are still doing their thing. I know you have your other shows, and I know you're just a busy man in media. But I appreciate you still coming back, over here with the juke joint and doing your Cubs shit. Because I've been telling you, people need to talk about the Cubs, and you're the only guy I'm gonna let do it on my channel. I won't let nobody else do it on my channel.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna be here every week going forward, man. We're gonna get this thing rolling and have fun with it, man. Have a good time with it.
All right, bro. Well, love you, man. I'll talk to you later. Cubs fans, this is Dan Goodwin. He will be here with the Let's Play 2 podcast, Let's Play 2 baseball show here on Ray's Juke Joint every week. And with the other shows we got going on, make sure y'all just like and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, please. And then, we just keep this thing rolling. But for now, I'm going to cut the lights off in the Juke Joint, and we're going to get up out of here.
Y'all be easy.